like to welcome you to the beautiful city of Bacolor here in Pampanga, the site of the PBA restart. And this is officially day number 4 of our restart, and we're coming to you from Barangay San Vicente, which is actually the venue here of the Devsu Gym. And that is the actual venue where the lone game between Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters and the NLEX Road Warriors will battle it out. Both these teams are saying they are on the way up. Anthony Starr here together with Diego Dario, and obviously for these two squads, Diego, coming off contrasting wins, but nevertheless it's a win, so they want to be able to get back onto the court and look for another victory as soon as they can.
So both of these teams started the PBA resumption well, with W's, and expect them to continue their stellar play here for this PBA resumption. So they're trying to get up that ladder coming into the playoffs.
As far as these two teams are concerned, they're still in the middle of the pack, so they'd like to be able to move further, so at least they have no chance of falling out of the top 8.
Yep, that's for sure. And especially if they can make it in that middle of the standings, they're gonna avoid that twice to beat disadvantage. As you can see here, NLEX Road Warriors right there in the middle. So right now they're safe. If the playoffs is gonna happen now, they're safe from that twice to beat disadvantage. Although with Phoenix, it's not the case. They're at 7th place now. They have to rack up more wins so they can avoid that twice to beat disadvantage.
But obviously, if you're Phoenix, you're looking at the standings and you're saying we've got 2 wins. A couple of teams above us just have 3 wins, one has 4. So it's actually just another win here and there, and we're actually right back up.
Yep, it's a close battle among the middle teams, so one win is going to be big for them. It's going to bring them up further into the standings.
Okay, let's take a look at Phoenix, and the last time out, they had a real struggle. As we take a look at the numbers here, the one that really stands out for me is the time with the lead, only 54 seconds.
So rain or shine had control of that basketball game almost all throughout, and the star player, the leading scorer of the PBA in Phoenix is Matthew Wright. He had 0 out of 14 before that game-winning jumper against Gabe Norwood. And what a way to step up for his team and get that W.
And you can see, obviously, when you talk about Phoenix, they're going to lean on Matthew Wright as much as they possibly can. Coach Topex Robinson said, it doesn't matter if shooting well, it doesn't matter if he's shooting poorly, but we're going to go to him on the final play.
And that's what he said. Coach Topex Robinson trusts him with all his heart. 2 points just through free throws, and his last 2 points, the bucket that matters the most. But he also provided a lot of help for his teammates, had 5 assists and also 12 rebounds for his team.
And at the same time, remember, he missed a free throw in the last 2 minutes as well. So we were saying, at least if he gets to the free throw line, he can get some points. But during that struggle, they had Jason Perkins, and he was really the steadying factor in that last game of theirs.
Yup, Jason Perkins, he was actually, in foul trouble, but Coach Topex Robinson handled that well. Jason Perkins still had 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, so doing everything for his team, stepping up, even while Matthew Wright was having a bad day.
That's what you need to do. It has to be a total team effort, especially if your main gunner is not doing well. Then the other guys have to really pick up the slack.
Yep, of course, he's the former, Rookie of the Year, Jason Perkins. He knows what to do inside that basketball court, and you can see the camera. He's having fun before the game.
Well, obviously coming off a great game such as he had, obviously he wants to be able to come up with back-to-back good results here for his squad. But when we swing over to the other side, talking about NLEX, we talked about their performance. It needed to be a collective effort, and that's exactly what we saw.
Yep, and that's what happened for NLEX with Coach Yang Yao, going deep into his bench. A lot of players stepped up for his team, for them to get that W against Alaska. You can see points in the paint, they won that battle, and the bench points. We were talking about people who contributed. They don't have Kiefer Avena, they don't have Raul Soyud, but a lot of players stepped up in their little ways, and they ended up with that W.
And Coach Yang Yao, in the interview, we have both heard it. He said, yes, Kevin Alas did so well in that particular game. He is the MVP of that particular game, but we cannot forget the contribution here of Kenneth Ighalo.
Of course, Kenneth Ighalo, the big surprise for NLEX. He was very efficient, 6 out of 8 field goals, 15 points. He was shooting a lot of outside bombs, 3-point shots, and that's what he can do. That's why he's there on the court, to shoot and spread the floor for NLEX.
Well, they have a lot of other guards. They had Jericho Cruz also, who really came in and helped out. So Coach Yengia also acknowledged no one player can really take the place of Kiefer Ravena. So everybody had to contribute. But when you didn't have one of their main big men in Raul Soyud, obviously their captain had to come up and play big.
And we all know what, J.R. Kenyan can do. The ever-reliable J.R. Kenyahan, the captain. He's the leader of this team when it comes to experience. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and doing it on both sides, adding 1 steal and 1 block to his stat line.
And he's going to be able to need to come up with those same kind of numbers. We'll find out exactly what transpires. This is the lone game this Saturday. When we come back, it's Phoenix up against NLEX in just a few minutes.
This is the 2021 PBA Philippine Cup from the Don Honorio Ventura State University in Bacolor, Pampanga. Our matchup for today features Phoenix Super LPG taking on the NLEX Road Warriors. And now let's meet the starters first for Phoenix Super LPG. A 6'5" center from Bacolod City, number 18, Justin Chua. A 6'3" forward from Santa Rita, Pampanga, number 2, Mike Calisaan. A 6'4" forward from Bolinaw, Pangasinan, number 3, Jason Perkins. A 6'1" guard from San Mateo, Isabela, number 4, Chris Banquero. And a 6'3" guard from Ramos Tarlac, number 7, Matthew Wright. Head coach for Phoenix is Topex Robinson. And now the starters for the NLEX Road Warriors. A 6-foot guard from Las Piñas City, number 7, Kevin Alas. A 6'1" guard from Iloilo City, number 39, Jericho Cruz. A 6'6" center from Santa Ana, Pampanga, number 2, Michael Miranda. A 6'5" forward from Liloan, Cebu, number 14, Chris Porter. And a 6'2" forward from Dororian, Catanduanes, number 8, Don Proliano. Head coach for NLEX is Yeng Giao. Our referees for this game,
The starters for both these squads, Banquero, Wright, Chua, Perkins, and Calisaan for Phoenix, Alas, Cruz, Miranda, Porter, and Troliano for NLEX. Essentially the same starting lineup. Well, no, really, for NLEX. Normally he likes to be able to switch things up, and once again, he switched it up. This tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Coach Yeng and his usual rotation of players in the starting lineup. This time he's got Don Troliano starting out. But looking over at Phoenix, they're starting out the exact same starting 5, including Mike Calisaan.
So a lot of opportunities here for Mike Calisaan. Coach Topex giving him the minutes here, even starting for Phoenix.
First offensive thrust here for Phoenix. Again, if you're just joining us, both these squads coming off with great starts. With the restart, Right hits from the outside. A much better performance already for him here today.
And an early field goal, early three-pointer for Matthew Wright. So we don't expect him to keep missing here. There's a reason why he's the #1 scorer in the PBA.
And he acknowledged the fact that he knew Gabe Norwood was on him. Gabe Norwood being one of the tougher defenders that we have here in the league. And so he said, yep, he had my number on that particular day.
Of course,
Except
Gabe
for the
Norwood.
last play.
Yep. Using his length against Matthew Wright in that one.
Troliano, will they give him the timeout? No, they're not going to give him the timeout. So it's going to be a turnover. Phoenix is going to have their possession here, up 3-0. As usual, Coach Yang Yao patrolling the sidelines. Monquero now to the wings. Tukalisan gets it back. As always, trying to break down the defense. That's a nice look. And it's 5-0 here for Phoenix.
And great find there by Chris Banquero to the open Michael Calisaan down low.
Alas, had an exceptional game the last time out. He's also another one of those guards that will attack the interior.
Yup, he's very aggressive when trying to attack, not just for himself, but you can see here Chris Banquero finding the open Calisaan, patience on the pump fake, and an easy bucket there for the second-year player.
On the outside, Miranda hits. That's going to be a 3. That's going to bring the lead just down to 2. Chris in no hurry here.
And a lot of the sets of Phoenix, they run a lot of off-ball screens for their shooters, whether that's going to be Matthew Wright, R.R. Garcia, Aljon Malesio. So not a lot of one-on-one situations for Phoenix, but a lot of off-ball actions.
There's that 3 from Miranda. Another one of those new kind of big men that can hit the outside shot. You can't play the game anymore now if you can't hit the outside shot, especially for a big man. You need to be able to stretch out the other guy.
Yep, that's for sure. That's how the game has developed. You know, not a lot of big men who just punishes people down low. They can also hit that outside jumper just to spread the floor.
Cruz over to Porter. Porter, another one of those big men that can shoot from the outside. Here's Alas. Hands it over, Miranda. 2 free throws coming up here for the big man for NLEX.
And we were talking about the ability of Kevin Alas just to enter that paint as a point guard. That's very important because that's going to open up things, not just for himself, but also for other teammates. And that time, the drop pass to Miranda, and he got fouled there.
That's why you hear the coaches screaming, stay in front of him, stay in front of him. As if it's easier. It's easier said than done. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Miranda's going to miss that first free throw. As they trail here once again, you can see their first game out without Kiefer Ravena. It seems like they were able to find a lot of players that could really step up.
And that's what you want if you're Coach Yang Yao. You will, look for weapons from your bench. All of these players are pros. We all know what they can do. And it was just a matter of time who's going to step up. And let's see who's going to step up here for NLEX. Is it going to be the same guys or different guys for Coach Yang Yao?
Well, Igalo's definitely wanted to get sent in as quickly as he can. He had a phenomenal game the last time out. Here's Jericho Cruz, another one of those guards that will attack the interior.
And we expect Jericho Cruz, to step up with the absence of Kiefer Ravena. We know what he can do. He can score from the outside. Very aggressive when he attacks the paint, and also a great defender for NLEX as well.
He makes that first free throw, cutting that lead down to 3. Well, the fans of Vic Manuel hoping that he gets a little bit more playing time here today. You and I were questioning exactly why he didn't come into play, and after the game, it was explained that actually he was nursing a little bit of, not an injury, but he was sick. But that sickness is supposedly gone, so he should be playing more minutes here today. Perkins from the outside, short that time. Cruz once again, both these teams just like to be able to run the floor. Now with Troliano. Kicks Kicks it out. Porter for three. Short. Troliano trying to battle inside. Miranda plucks it away from everyone. Troliano now making his move. Gonna get denied.
And great defense there from Justin Chua, not fouling on the drive, just putting his hands up and getting a hold of that basketball. So you can see here, no contact. He was actually going away from Don Troliano, and they forced the jump ball right there.
Coach Topix loves what he sees here so far. Again, you love the point that he made after the game. He said, we were struggling all throughout. We just couldn't find a rhythm. And so what I did was I didn't call a single timeout in the fourth quarter, and I just let my players play.
And sometimes that, does a lot for the players. At the end of the day, these players are, the reason why they're playing basketball is just to have fun, just to let loose. And that's what happened for Phoenix. That's why they, came back in that game, just played their own identity of basketball.
It's nice to see some of the coaches not really micromanaging stuff. They said, okay, you guys essentially know what to do. You want to get back in the ball game, you want to win, it's up to you. Troliano inside again. He's lost his footing more than once here today. Cruz, that one's gonna drop.
And the lucky bounce there for Jericho Cruz and a smile on his face. But he'll take those 3 points anytime.
That went as high as the shot clock. Nice save there from Miranda. Here's Cruz. Trying to speed down court once again. Miranda for three. He's gonna misfire and miss everything that time. But a shot like that, Coach Yang Yao will not get mad at. He was open.
And yes, you can see here the lucky bounce for Jericho Cruz. We all know he can hit the three. Also this guy as well, and he hits his second three-pointer for this game. So Matthew Wright, early points here, better than what he was doing last game.
Oh, definitely. He's got 6 out of the 10 points of Phoenix. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Nice find in the corner. Cruz for another three. Yes!
And no lucky bounce that time for Jericho Cruz. Straight to that three-pointer.
And we're tied at 10. Second deadlock of the ball game. Save from Alas goes to the wrong individual. Quickly gets back into the court. Extra passing. Perkins will get to it. Banquero with a long tom. No. That is a lucky bounce, and it goes to Perkins.
And just the right place at the right time there for the former Rookie of the Year, Jason Perkins. He won't miss a lot from that range.
He says, thank you very much. From the outside, that rattles out. Troliano with a slow start for him here. Tries to shut the door on Banquero. Calisan inside, doesn't get the pass. Perkins short on that three. And a foul might be called on Calisan.
And you can hear the referees calling out jersey, so he was probably holding on to the jersey of an NLEX Road Warrior there.
We're gonna have our first timeout here. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the action here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Anthony Stai here together with Diego Dario. It's a battle between Phoenix and NLEX, the lone game we have here this Saturday afternoon. Unfortunately, if you're not aware, the game between Alaska and San Miguel Beer has been postponed because of health and safety protocols. That's all the PBA has said, so that's all we know.
So of course the PBA is playing in a different situation compared to the years before, and safety will always be the priority for these players.
We'd like to, of course, ask you for the prayers for all the players, not just for the Alaska team and for San Miguel Beer who are not playing. They were supposed to have played here today, but for all the players, because they're making a tremendous sacrifice here. Jericho Cruz gonna get all the way home.
So defense to offense there for Jericho Cruz. 9 early points for him. So one of the guys who we expected to step up with the absence of Kiefer Avena is doing his part for NLEX right now.
Already 9 points and just halfway gone here in the first period. On the outside, not gonna work there for Calisan. Wright with a jumper, yes! He's feeling the stroke.
And Matthew Wright with double digits now, 10 points for him. So it's a battle of the wing guys in Jericho Cruz and Matthew Wright for their respective teams.
Cruz wants to answer. That's gonna go over. He probably saw Gabe Norman in his sleep.
Matthew Wright, that's for sure. And right now he's not seeing any Gabe Norwood challenging all his shots. That's an open bucket for Matthew Wright. He's not gonna miss a lot of those.
I think I should qualify that and say nightmares. The Muses has checked in and he comes in immediately, hits that three.
And great three-pointer there from the Muses right off the bench, and that's what you want. Positive impact for your team when you're coming off the bench.
R.R. Garcia has also checked in for the first time.
Played big time in their game against Rain or Shine. A couple of clutch three-pointers for him.
And he actually tied the ball game in one of those shots. Well, he's a veteran. He knows when he's needed. Here he comes inside. Inside incursion. Will miss. Kenyan has checked in for his squad. Here's Alas. Alas bludgeoned there by 3.
The aggressiveness of Kevin Alas, even with 3 shirts down there in the paint. We all know he can finish these kinds of shots, but right here, the pass, the cross-court pass by Matthew Wright to the Muses, and here's the drive by Kevin Alas. I think he got fouled there. The refs probably missed it. Got hit in the head on that drive.
And you can see just what a courageous fellow he is. Up against 3, it didn't matter. But he was hoping for a foul though at least, but ball will stay on their side. The outside, Alas overshoots. Oftana has checked in. Oftana actually started the last game.
First, the rookie from San Beda.
Coming in is Pascual, and instant offense also for another player off the bench here for Coach Topex. Lead is now ballooned to 7 for Phoenix. Nice handoff.
And the NLEX guards doing a great job of really attacking that paint and creating opportunities. That time, Jericho Cruz to Chris Porter down low.
So Cruz scoring a lot and getting his teammates involved as well. That's a foul there. Just shoving Alas out of the way.
It's a push from behind there by the Muses. It's not a good foul there, as they are in the penalty, so it's going to be an opportunity for 2 points for Kevin Alas on the line.
Shooting 2, Kevin Alas.
This game has had a good flow for both these squads here.
It's an up and down game. The pace is a little fast. They're trying to get easy buckets in transition, and that's the identity of both these teams.
And now we have the first entry of the muscle man, Vic Manuel, checking in together with RJ Azul. Job well done to start out also for Jericho. Panyamogan coming in his stead. Even the release of Kevin Alas in the free throw is quick.
So he's quick coming down the floor. Also, his shot is very quick.
Timeout's going to be called here by Coach Topex Robinson. Their 7-point lead has been whittled down to 3. We're double checking if it's a full timeout or just a 30. It's a full timeout called by Phoenix. We'll be back. Time and time again, Coach Yang Yao said there is just no one player that can fill in for Kiefer Avena, and so you've got 2 players here filling in that spot.
And they did everything in that game. Kevin Alas with 17 points, Jericho Cruz with 16, but not just scoring, also creating for their team. Kevin Alas with 3 assists, Jericho Cruz with 2, and also doing some rebounds. So a lot of contributions here for NLEX with the absence of the phenom in Kiefer Avena.
And here we have Ighalo. Again, Coach Yang Yao said, I have to give special mention to Kenneth, because without Kenneth, we would not have won that ball game. And that's true.
You love the attitude of Kenneth Ighalo as the muscle man gets an end-one opportunity there. But talking about Kenneth Ighalo, he doesn't, get a lot of minutes usually, and he's just always ready. But look at, speaking of ready, I think he's not sick anymore. 2 early buckets for Vic Manuel. 2 early points, rather.
He says, give me the ball. I've been dying to be able to show everybody that I'm back. 3-point play competed here by Manuel. That increases the lead once again of Phoenix. Back to 6. Sawyer also making his first entry here.
And Raul Soyud missed that first game in the PBA resumption. Now getting ready to contribute for NLEX.
Nice look inside. Sawyer gets denied though. He found himself a little bit too deep. Demusis glides in. That was smooth.
And a strong drive there for Demusis. Not really an acrobatic play, just straight to the hoop. And no one there for NLEX to bother him.
He's got 5 points. Lead is now up to 8. Biggest lead of the ball game here. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the first period. The pass was behind R.R. Garcia.
And R.R. Garcia was ready for that backdoor play, but miscommunication there on that one.
Here's Sawyer getting denied. Demusis. The moment he held on to that ball, he said, I'm going straight to the rack.
No one was there to stop him on that strong drive.
Nice basket from the outside, Panyamogan.
And since the last game, Panyamogan was always ready to score that basketball, and even for the rest of his career, we all know he's ready to score, and he's gonna score that basketball.
Pascual's gonna be called there for an offensive foul.
So here's the cross-court pass. Phoenix in a zone, and the zone buster here by Philip Panyamogan.
You can just see Philip Panyamogan having breakfast, getting ready to shoot. First thing in the morning, he's ready. Just give me that pass.
That's for sure.
They look inside Kinyahan. They collapse. Ighalo overshoots. Garcia gives it up. Promptly gets it back. Well with a jumper. Surprised he didn't try to take Soyud off the dribble. Morgan once again. That's a poor foul.
And Panyamolgan got hacked there by Vic Manuel. And smart move there by Philip Panyamolgan, drawing the foul. They know that Phoenix is in the penalty, so it's going to be 2 free throws for Philip Panyamolgan.
Well, the moment he saw Vic Manuel trying to reach in, all he did is made sure there was a lot of body contact. And the referees promptly called the foul. Panyamolgan now with 4 points.
It's a quality player here for NLEX. Just an efficient scorer. Can hit it from the outside and can also bring down the ball for his team.
5 points now in the contest, and he's brought the lead down to 3. Under a minute to be played here. There's Vic Manuel saying, I'm going to make up for lost time the last time out.
And the previous possession, Vic Manuel got the ball against Raul Soyid. He took the jumper. Now he didn't settle. Aggressive and got the foul on the drive.
2 free throws coming up here for the muscle man. Already with 3 points. And he hasn't even played about a minute. Makes that free throw. He's hit 2 free throws already.
And he seems okay. He seems recovered now and ready to play for Phoenix.
And that was the whole point of Coach Topex. He said, I didn't want to play him too many minutes because I'm saving him for our game against NLEX.
Of course, especially with the schedule that the PBA, has right now. Every other day, teams will have their games. So only 1 day, 2 days rest in between. So it's very important to manage the minutes of your players.
Oftana misfires. Phoenix can't believe they don't get that basketball. Let's take a look at it here.
It looked like it was off Ighalo, but they were fighting for that 50-50 basketball.
Panyamolgan launches. Garcia clears. About a 7-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. This time Manuel up against Quinahan. That's a much better matchup. Puts it up. It's going to be short. Oftana in the open court. Look at him glide. Nothing RR could do there.
And Calvin Oftana, full head of steam. He saw the smaller RR Garcia in front of him, and we all know that he's athletic enough to finish over him. RR Garcia forced to make that foul and put him on the line.
At least trying to make him earn those 2 points. Don't give him a layup. 12.3 seconds remaining here in the first. And Oftana misses the first. It turns out to be a good foul.
And RR Garcia clapping his hands, avoiding the easy layup before this free throw.
Oftana makes the adjustment, knocks down the second. Foul's going to be called there on Ighalo. That's a foul that NLEX could give up. In fact, they've got 1 more foul to give.
And for the fans out there watching, the reason why the defense fouls during the last minute, if they have a foul to give, is just so that the offense will be reset from the inbound and you have the time to set your defense as well.
Work there, Oftana. That's going to come up well short. That's where we're going to end the first quarter hostilities, but Matthew Wright has gotten off to a great start here.
So Matthew Wright already with double digits, 2 3-pointers for him and 2 mid-range jumpers. So a better start here for Mr. Wright, the leading scorer of the PBA so far.
As far as Phoenix is concerned, they want him to be able to continue that hot shooting streak. But as you said, a great start for him here. And it's a 3-point lead enjoyed by Phoenix.
second quarter.
Welcome back to the lone game we have here this Saturday. You're watching the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. It's a battle between Phoenix and NLEX here this Saturday afternoon. Anthony Sutay together with Diego Dario, and that one just short. Coming from Matthew Wright. Quick move inside, and Igalo with his first 2 points in the ball game.
And you can see NLEX, every time they get that basketball off a miss or off a turnover, they're gonna push that basketball and try to get easy points in transition, and that's what happened right there.
Right, gets denied. As you said, here they are trying to run once again. Igalo in the corner asking for it, but Oftana delivers with that layup.
And what a move there. Calvin Oftana attacking the closeout and using his left hand for the N1 opportunity.
He is a gem of a player. Watch it once again.
And he was about to use his right, but he saw Vic Manuel coming, and he used his left for that layup. And what a way to focus, even with contact.
For all you kids out there, that's why you've got to be able to practice to be ambidextrous. Depending on what the defense gives you, that's how you're going to be able to shoot.
You gotta make sure you can use both hands on layups while dribbling.
Tana completes a three-point play, and it's now a 2-point lead by NLEX.
Again, the off-ball action here for Phoenix, setting up their shooters, especially this guy, Matthew Wright, already with 10 points.
Perkins. Now bring it closer. Whips a pass. Chris inside. Banquero gets it to drop.
Banquero with a floater there down in the middle of the lane, banks it home for a 2.
Oftana thought about it, launches and misfires. Here's Chris once again. Almost lost it, eventually does.
He was looking for a foul there, but didn't get it.
Fourth deadlock of the game at 27. They swing it. Igalo. Just a little bit off to the left. Still trying to find his range. But you know he's excited to shoot. Coming off that monster game he had last time out.
That's for sure. He's always ready to shoot. And if you see the rotation here for NLEX, there's no true point guard really. Philip Panyamogan, more of an off-ball player. But that's what happens when, you know, Kiefer Avenes out, one less of a playmaker for them.
About a 3-second violation. Kinyahan was debating on what to do. Kicked it out. And Porter was called for a 3-second violation there. Still tied, 27. 2 minutes gone here in the second period. Banquero's going to be fouled.
Of course, Banquero played well for his team as well. In that last game, he had 14 points, mostly from steals, getting easy layups in transition.
And he also picked up the slack early in the game when Matthew Wright was struggling. Here he is once again. Teardrop not going to work. Interesting lineup that Coach Yang Giao has here, as you said. No true point guard. Right to the wing. That time, Banquero gets it to work.
And Banquero, we all know what he can actually, you know, he can do. He can drive that basketball, can finish around the rim even with big guys down there.
Nice matchup here, right against Oftana. Now they try to go inside. The veteran Kinyahan misses.
And J.R. Kinyahan likes going to that high post area. As you can see here, Matthew Wright finding Banquero, no one there to stop him on that drive. Just jumping early before the big man can catch him on the block.
It's a 2-point lead enjoyed here by Phoenix. got a real tight affair here. Chua from the 15-foot line knocks it down.
And Justin Chua can hit it from the outside, also has that short-range jumper, and he hits it on that one. He hasn't really gotten his rhythm here in this PBA 2021 Philippine Cup as compared to his performance in the bubble.
But he's going to get it. It's just a matter of time before he settles in. That's going to be trouble for the opponents here of Phoenix. Short that time from Porter. Banquero trying to speed things up once again. Stopped that time by Panyamogan. Perkins.
And Banquero that time just playing with the defense. He was just in the middle, trying to go around the defense and finding the short-range jumper for Jason Perkins. You can see here the pass to Justin Chua, no one there to contest on the jumper. And right here, Banquero playing with the defense, staying in that paint and seeing the Jason Perkins on the block.
Perkins a little bit surprised. He got that swift pass there. Knocked that shot down anyway, and it's a 6-point lead once again. Kevin Alas checking back in for NLEX. Now they've got a 2-point guard. Alas to Kenyahan, the pass a little bit too low. He's gonna lose it. Speeding down court, and a foul is gonna be called on Alas. He doesn't like the call.
He's putting his hands up while defending Banquero there.
Let's see here.
I think it's that small bump. You know, when you're that fast with the way Banquero is, one bump can actually put you off balance, and that's what happened.
NLEX now with 3 team fouls, Phoenix with 2. Perkins from the outside will miss that 3. Oftana with the rebound. Off to Alas. Power dribble. Easy layup there for Don Troliano.
And a great move there. Don Troliano using his left hand to avoid the defense. 2 points for him in this game.
We've got a good matchup here. Banquero once again. Excellent pass, but just coming up short there was Rios. Miranda, a little bit too strong. Up and down basketball is what we're witnessing here. Wright gets it back. Shot clock is at 9. Travel will be called on Chris.
He got off balance there again, but that time no foul for NLEX, and they're gonna get the basketball.
Re-entry here of Jericho Cruz.
He had a great first quarter, 9 points for Jericho Cruz on that one. Let's see if he continues his stellar display for this second quarter.
Porter with the handoff. Troliano once again. Defense has been solid for both these squads.
And Phoenix right here in a zone trying to disrupt the offense of NLEX. It's working for them a little bit here in the second quarter as they have the 4-point lead.
Here comes Soyun. Nursing an ankle injury. The pass to the wrong man. And they leave Chris. He comes up short though. It comes right back to him. Right from the outside, no. And Soyun snares that board. And they go inside. Troliano overshoots. Soyun with the offensive rebound. That's what Raul is there for. Give them extra possessions. Nice find, Troliano. Won't get it, but Miranda inside for 2.
And the third opportunity there for NLEX. Offensive rebounds. It's going to be a problem here for Phoenix.
They're just pounding the boards, talking about NLEX. on the offensive end. Chris likes to create. Finds Perkins. Perkins for three. Short that time. Well, the pace here has really picked up. Miranda. Troliano. Back to Miranda inside. Soyros all by his lonesome. They finally find him.
And Jericho Cruz found Raul Soyud there, just waiting in the middle of the paint, and usually in a zone, that's the open spot. And great recognition there by the two NLEX Road Warriors.
Fifth deadlock of the ball game here. And a timeout will be called by the Phoenix squad.
As you can see here, they were in a zone. Jericho Cruz with the no-look pass, and no one there to stop Raul Soyud.
He had to quickly put that one up. He was very close for a 3-second violation. We got a timeout on the floor. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Last time out, Matthew Wright struggled, but he was lucky because Chris and RR were there to pick up the slack.
And these two guards stepping up big time for their teams. Chris, getting the buckets early in the game, while RR Garcia stepping up, especially in that fourth quarter with clutch three-pointers and very efficient performance for these both guards.
You can see Chris had most of his points in the first half. RR had most of it in the third and fourth quarters. So then you come in with Matthew Wright for the last shot.
So no Matthew Wright for the first 4 quarters until that last second. But these two guards stepping up for their team.
In the end, they come away with a W. That's all that matters. As they say, basketball is a team sport. Alas for three, yes!
And Kevin Alas with his first three-pointer of the game. That's gonna help him open up his drives more if he can make that three-pointer, because the defense will close out on him from the outside.
Matthew. Stopping, gives it out. Pascual for three, no. Nice rebound there from Alas. Quickly pushing it forward. Cruz attacks. High off the glass, will miss. And they say, jump ball.
You can see NLEX trying to push the pace, really. Every time they get that basketball, if they see an open player up ahead, they're gonna pass that forward. And you can see the last possession here. I think it was really off both players. And great call by the referees to call that jump ball.
I think at this point we need to be able to acknowledge the referees have also done an exceptional job here. Not just at the start of the conference, but especially here during the restart.
Of course, they're also making that sacrifice away from their families during this semi-bubble in Pampanga.
And it's the most difficult job in the world, really.
Of course, both teams always always on you. Both teams probably saying they're not having a good job, but they're just doing their best every time. Just like this guy, RJ Azul, with the three-pointer.
We're tied once again. 6th deadlock of the ball game here at 36. 3:20 remaining here before we take a halftime break. Long two for Miranda, no. I thought Wright was going to stop and pop. Yes, he does. Comes up short that time, though. We're going to go to the other end of the floor.
So I think it was a push there. But you can see Matthew Wright here shaking Miranda finding the open corner three for RJ Azul. Specialty of the house for him.
The shooting of Matthew Wright has cooled down a little bit here in the second period. Alas, passed to the wrong individual.
Again, setting up Matthew Wright here with off-ball screens.
That might be a charge, and it is here for Perkins.
And I think Jason Perkins extended his arm there on that drive. You can see he's trying to go against Miranda, lowering his shoulder, and that extension was enough for the refs to call that offensive foul.
Welcome back to the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. You're watching this battle between Phoenix and NLEX this Saturday afternoon. What was supposed to be a twin bill is just a single battle between these two squads. The game between Alaska and San Miguel Beer has been postponed. As we take a look at Aljun Melesio.
The 19th overall pick for Phoenix, a product of the DLSU program. We know what he can do. A Spitfire, can score points in bunches, especially from the three-point line.
He's going to have his hands full here against Kevin Alas. Trying to find Alas inside. Oh, that's a slippery ball.
And everyone down on the floor just trying to get that 50-50 ball. Of course, that ball is what gives them their job.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Everyone's gonna fight for it.
But that was extra slippery there in that last instance. Nobody could seem to get a grab on it as we take a look at the team standings.
And NLEX right there in the middle. Phoenix trying to get wins so they can also get to that middle of the pack and avoid the twice-to-beat disadvantage in the playoffs.
And really, you can look at it. Right now, the teams are just so bunched together.
So one win will really make a big difference when it comes to the standings.
And that's why even in some of the matches that we've been covering, Diego, the fact that even if it's a one-ball game, coaches will actually still call a timeout because we might go to a quotient system.
Yep, the quotient system, so the points, where the total points will always be important, especially when there's a tie in the standings.
Twin tower lineup here for Phoenix as Larry Muyang has checked in. Kinyan, a little bit gun-shy here. Excellent pass.
Jericho Cruz had early points in the first quarter, now playmaking for NLEX, finding Raul Soyud down low.
NLEX now with a 2-point lead. That lead has been switching from one team to the next.
Exciting matchup here for both of these teams.
Finally get it inside. Manuel. Manuel feels he's the stronger of the two. And so it's going to pick up a foul.
And Manuel just muscling his way through against Raul Soyud. That's why he's the muscle man. And Raul Soyud had to give up that foul.
Two free throws for Vic Manuel.
The muscle man with a different throw here today.
Substitution, Chris Porter for Raul Soyud.
Coach Yang subbing out Raul Soyud. Just try to get a different look against the muscle man in Vic Manuel.
Well, I think Porter has a wider body. Still not as quick as Vic Manuel, though.
Yep.
That's why he's so hard to stop. He's that big, but he's that quick as well.
And he can also shoot it from distance. Not very consistent from 3, but that long range too. He can hit that, especially from the high post.
Here's Kinyahan all the way through. That was a round-robin layup.
And that's been a problem for this Phoenix zone. That middle of the paint has been open in this game.
NLEX back up by 2. A minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Azul trying to create space. Cruz stood his ground. And alas, will give it up. Falls to Melesio.
Cruz was there.
Stepping in. A little bit too late, they say, was Kinyahan.
Tried to go for the offensive foul. Trying to draw the offensive foul is J.R. Kinyahan. But Manuel is versatile enough for that sidestep move.
Shooting 2, Vic Manuel.
2 free throws now for Vic Manuel, already with 6 points. 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. Now 4 out of 6. I'd like to welcome you back to Bacolor, Pampanga. This is the Devsu Gym.
And Phoenix trying to put a little pressure in that backcourt, trying to delay the offense of NLEX.
Inside, Trollano just short.
And you love what you're seeing here with Don Trollano. Even if he's not making a lot of buckets, he's still aggressive and trying to attack that paint and getting points for his team.
You can see there Coach Yang surveying the situation. That's not going to drop there for Trollano. Both these teams have missed their fair share of free throws here in the first 2 periods. Trollano with the adjustment. Possibly time for about 3 plays. Right, once again, playing point. We look for Muyang inside, kicks it out, Melesio for 3. Yes!
And every time Aljun Melesio steps on that basketball court, he always has a positive impact for this Phoenix team. 3 points for Aljun Melesio.
Got a seesaw battle here. Porter, baby hook, will be fouled by Muyang.
Talking about Aljun Melesio, the quick release from him, so you can't really leave him open and give him some space. As you can see here, Muyang got it, saw Melesio in the corner, and he's gonna swish it.
And Alas was actually right there. Porter's first will drop. Trying to give his team a 1-point lead right before the break. 32.3 seconds to be exact.
So expect the ball to go back to the NLEX Road Warriors after this possession by Phoenix.
Azul back to right. Azul, quick shot and he hits a 3.
Quick trigger there by RJ Azul. So it's gonna be 2 3-pointers now for RJ Azul.
Virtually identical. The game clock and the shot clock. Trollano, short. Porter's there. But they're going to say there was a foul. 2 free throws first for Dron Trollano.
And Trollano just continuing to be aggressive for NLEX. As you can see here, handoff to Matthew Wright. Flare screen to RJ Azul. And top of the key 3 for him.
Two free throws for Don
I think the mindset there was they wanted to go for an early shot so they can get the ball back, but not realizing they didn't really have too much time anyhow. But it worked. They got the three.
Yep. Well, they'll take that any
Yeah.
day.
Trojano looking to tie things up here with this free throw. We're tied at 45.
30-second timeout, Phoenix Super LPG.
Eighth deadlock of the ball game, and a timeout is going to be called here by Coach Topex. We're going to hang on to the air for the final 5.3.
Coach Topex trying to draw something here for their team, try to get extra points before the half ends.
But in the end, they get the ball back.
Yep. So it was a great decision there by the players by taking the quick shot.
And 5.3, a whole lot of time. You got shooters, you got Melesio, you've got Wright, you've got Hazul.
And speaking of shooters and their coaching staff as well, Dondon Ontiveros probably giving them some tips. That's why they shoot the ball so well.
Nice to see Dondon back in action. Not playing anymore, but imparting his knowledge to these young players. Looking for the quick inbound, Perkins. There's Hazul. Well, they got the open shot, just short that time. And we are tied at 45 here. A real battle. The lone game that we have here this Saturday afternoon. Both these teams wanting to come away with a victory. It's been tight all throughout. Phoenix has led for a time. So has NLEX. And we've got all to play for in the next 2 quarters of play. It's 45 apiece, Phoenix and NLEX. $45 apiece here in Bacolor, Pampanga. Phoenix Super LPG up against the NLEX Road Warriors. It's been nip and tuck all throughout. Both these squads had a share of the lead. And let's take a look at the great start here from Matthew Wright.
So it's back and forth here in the first half. Matthew Wright doing plays for his team, and also Jericho Cruz. So two wingmen from both teams actually producing. And as you can see, the strong drive here from the Muses using his left hand.
I'm surprised the Muses wasn't reinserted because he had a very good start. Jericho Cruz helping out his teammates, getting into the scoring act.
Kevin Alas showing us that he doesn't just drive that basketball inside, he can also shoot from the outside.
Look at the setup here. Banquero knocks that one through. So everyone has really had their moment.
Even RJ Hazul getting 2 3-pointers in that second quarter. So 45 apiece for NLEX and Phoenix. You can see the stats here. Phoenix shooting a little bit better compared to NLEX, but the bench points of Phoenix producing better compared to NLEX. And NLEX, as we have said earlier, they were pushing the pace. They have more fast break points compared to Phoenix.
And it's even Steven, 45 apiece. So essentially just back to zero here as we enter the second half. Good scoring here for Matthew Wright, 10 points, but at the same time he also has 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Backed up there by Manuel coming off the bench. Hazul has got 6. The Muses, as we talked about, had 5 in a very short stint on the floor. Banquero with 4. On the other side, Cruz has got 9. Trojano, Miranda, Panya Mogan, and Alas with 5 apiece.
So a lot of contributors here from both teams. So expect some of the NLEX Road Warriors to step up to the absence of their superstar.
Just about ready to get underway. The lone match we have here this Saturday. Again, if you're just joining us, unfortunately the game between the San Miguel Beermen and the Alaska Aces has been postponed because of COVID safety protocols. That'll be rescheduled to a later date. And we wish the players from both squads well. And we hope we see them both in action very quickly. Let's see who can get off to a quick start here. Third quarter is now underway.
Panyamogan starting here for NLEX. I think Coach Yang liked what he saw from this guy in the first half.
Foul for Coach Topex, goes right back to his starting unit, and perfect pass there from Chris.
And great read there by Banquero. He was looking for Matthew Wright in that hammer screen in the corner, but he saw the cutting Perkins in the middle of the floor.
Steal here. Chance for a jackrabbit start. Banquero hands it over. Using that pick, finds Perkins. Easy pass.
Great ball movement there for Phoenix. Matthew Wright using the pick and roll with Perkins, and Perkins finding the other big man, Justin Chua, down low.
Quickly, a 4-point lead here by Phoenix. Minute gone here in the third. Kinyahan starting out here. Usually they have him coming off the bench. They find him inside. Nothing Banquero could do but to foul.
And again, Phoenix, that middle of the zone has been a problem for them since the first half. But as you can see here, Matthew Wright to Jason Perkins and Jason to Justin Chua. The ball movement, the chemistry for Phoenix, giving them a 4-point lead here in the third quarter. Now a 3-point lead because of that free throw.
Easy shot there for the veteran Kinyahan. Cuts the lead down to 2. Kalisan for the second straight game has gotten the starting nod from Coach Topex. Perkins finds Kalisan. Kalisan a little bit too strong. Boy, Perkins was really trying to get that ball.
You love to see the hustle from Jason Perkins there. And a quick stat here from our PBA statistician, Sir Fidel Mangonon. Matthew Wright is actually not our leading scorer now for the PBA. Wami Tiongson, the star player for Terra Firma, is now the leading scorer in the PBA with 18.8 points per game.
Why am I not surprised? Magic Chongson doing so well. That pass from Kalisan. Perkins says, I wasn't ready for it. Uh-oh. I'm hoping it's just an ankle injury here.
He's holding on to that left ankle. Chris Porter.
Well, you hope it's an ankle injury and not an Achilles.
Seems to be fine walking it off. See what happened here.
Oh, there it is, yep.
He stepped on Justin Chua's shoe on that one.
And he rolled the ankle. Panyamogan hands it off. Extra pass. Jericho Cruz, long 2. A little bit too strong on that one. Gets it right back though. Panyamogan will attack. Panyamogan gets away. Easy pass once again there. Soyun, quick 2.
And when you're a guard, when you attack the paint, things like that happen. It opens up the defense for open shots. And Chris Banquero with an end-one opportunity using his right hand on the left side of the basketball court.
That's gonna break our 9th deadlock. 2-point lead once again here for Phoenix. He just likes to attack early.
Yup, he likes using his speed against the slower guards of the other team.
Can't get that free throw to drop though. Cruz telling Oftana to go to the other corner because they're trying to isolate their captain. Soyd with a jumper.
And again, the middle of the paint still open again for that Phoenix defense, and NLEX capitalizing on that one. They keep going there and getting easy shots.
10 ties already here. Just shows you just how close this match has been. Chua's going to be called for a push there.
Might have gotten Ganyahan on the head there while they were battling for that rebound.
Third foul on Chua. Second foul for the team of Phoenix. Only one team foul for NLEX. Early stages of the third period. Tana attacks and promptly gets his two.
You can see the versatility of Calvin Oftana. Standing at 6'5", has the ability to put the ball down on the floor and make plays like that.
Cruz in the open court, all the way through. A little bit too strong though. The foul's going to be called on Chris. He can't believe it.
Obviously not happy for that call. You can see here Calvin Oftana using his speed and athleticism. Right hand on the left side of the basketball court.
Calling out to play. Ara checks in together with Hasul. So RR checks in with RJ. Quick handoff. Where does Oftana go? Not using the pick. Hands it over to Soyud.
Again, the middle of the paint open again there for NLEX.
And they obviously they know it. That's why they keep going to that right spot. Almost 4 minutes gone here in quarter number 3. First free throw short though. Here comes Nick DeMusis, who had quality minutes in that first half.
Hit the three and that strong drive in the second quarter. Let's see if he does the same here in the third.
Now a 3-point lead here of that split from the line from Raul Soyud. Perkins, a little bit too strong on that one. DeMusis with the last touch.
Coach Dolpex having a conversation with the referees.
Well, he's not happy. His team's down by 3.
Phoenix in a 1-3-1 zone here, trying to change up their defense to disrupt the offense of NLEX.
Oh, with the 1-3-1 zone, but inside, a great pass. Soyud.
And again, Soyud open down low. He has been the recipient of those passes against the zone, against the defense of Phoenix. And he got hit on the head.
Well, right now at this stage, we're making mincemeat of the defense that's being put up here by Phoenix. But Soyud misses his second free throw. He's 2 out of 3 here in the third period from the 15-foot line. You go inside, Manuel.
Loves this low post.
Well, so far here today, he's owned Raul Soyud.
Yep, he has the speed advantage against him and also the heft. But NLEX knows that. They sent help. They sent a double team there but they were called for a foul against Vic Manuel.
First free throw, not a problem here for the muscle man. He's back at full strength here today. Makes the second, no. That was tapped out by Jason Perkins.
So very interesting here. No Kevin Alas yet for NLEX. Coach Yang probably staggering the minutes of Jericho Cruz and Kevin Alas since they're the primary playmakers now for NLEX.
Tana looking for some space. Now to their captain. Kinyahan with the jumper.
And last game, that's where J.R. Kanyahan lived down in that post and are still being effective at this point of his career.
The muscle man on the outside. Eventually finds a friend, Demusis. The swing is going to get to Manuel, a little bit too strong. Here's Panyamogan in the open court. Finds Cruz. Cruz with a sidestep.
And that's a patented move by Jericho Cruz on the break, using that Euro step and finishing on the other side.
And the lead is now ballooned to 8. Biggest lead of the ball game here for NLEX. Manuel. Quick explosion. Another foul is going to be called there in Soyud.
So 2 players in double digits for NLEX. Raul Soyud with 11. Jericho Cruz showing us that beautiful sidestep move for his 11th point.
A while ago in the first half, after 2 quick fouls on Soyud, on the attack of Manuel, Coach Yang Giao sent in Porter. Unfortunately, right now, Porter might not be available.
So it's going to be a short rotation for the bigs of NLEX without Chris Porter.
Already 4 free throws missed here by Vic Manuel. Makes that second.
But most of the big men of NLEX, they can do the same things. They can shoot from the outside, guard the other big men, and be physical.
That's why they brought in Miranda in place of Sawyer, just to give Vic Manuel a different look. Here's RR. RR gets it back, launches a 3 and hits.
RR Garcia, catch and shoot 3-pointer. We saw a lot of that in the last game. Right now, hitting that 3-pointer.
I'm very surprised he didn't take that first opportunity. He gave it up.
He had a lot of space, but got the ball back for that 3-pointer.
Lead is cut down to 4. Panyamogan kicks it out. Off Tana. Brings it closer. Will miss. Garcia to Azul. Let's see if he can own Miranda. And he does.
And Miranda trying to send Vic Manuel to the help, but the help was non-existent there. An easy layup for the muscle man.
That's exactly what he's doing. He was pointing to his teammates saying, where was the guy here? Lead is down to 2. Bounce pass. Kinyahan once again hits inside.
And again, that 1-3-1 zone by Phoenix. That middle again is open for NLEX. J.R. Kanyahan with that short stab.
Will they go back to their bread and butter play? The News has almost lost it. Perkins. Garcia for another 3. Too strong that time. Here's Cruz in the open court. Good transition D though by Phoenix.
See 4 blue shirts already as Jericho Cruz was trying to go for that fast break opportunity.
Kinyahan, quick 3, no. Past the 4-minute mark here and neither coach calling a timeout. Azul a little bit too strong.
Demusis on the sideline, try to save the ball.
That's going to bring us to a timeout here. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021 as we take a look at some of the highlights here of Raul Soyud.
And my fellow UP Fighting Maroon showing us that he's back here for NLEX, missed the first game, 11 points and 6 rebounds, and being efficient. He's been getting a lot of passes there in the middle of the paint. And Raul Soyud, a reliable big man for Coach Yang and the NLEX Road Warriors.
That's why it was a big loss for Coach Yang Yao the last time out, but he said, we're glad we have him back in harness here. So the rotation of Coach Yang is back to normal. And here, back to normal is the shooting of JR Kinyahan.
And that mid-range jumper for JR Kenyan, he's been doing that almost his whole career.
And that's going to give NLEX another 6-point lead. He's trying to shut down Perkins here. Perkins is going to get 2 free throws, though, off that foul from JR. JR saying, it is all ball.
And right here, the pick and pop play. They know that they can shoot the 3-pointer, and he goes for that one dribble pull-up jumper, JR Kenyahan.
JR Kinyahan, the captain, leading by example here.
So both big men for NLEX, Raul Soyud and JR Kenyahan in double figures here. And he's been getting a lot of shots there from the mid-range. It's money for JR Kenyahan.
Well, Jason Perkins has been attacking him on the other end. There he is in your screens. Good numbers for the veteran big man. But he picked up that foul the last time out, and 2 shots now for Jason Perkins. First goes down. Under 3 minutes to be played here in the third canto. He cut down to 4 here off that 2 free throw. Second free throw down.
And Phoenix sitting on that 1-3-1 zone. Still giving NLEX a different look, but they still have this 4-point deficit in front of them.
Troliano has re-entered with Must have that long two, will miss. And they're having Matthew create once again. Perkins from the 15-foot line. It's like another free throw he just took.
And that's the problem with Matthew right in that ball screen. You have to send two players on him and opening up shots for the big man and Jason Perkins completing the two-man game on that.
Once again, another good call there from Coach Topex. Kinyahan, quick shot. Too strong. Here's right in the open court. Thought about it. Put it up and just missed that time. Troliano now. Kinyahan. Be a little bit more patient. Here's Alas. Extra pass. Panya Morgan overshoots. And will bring it down himself. The muscle man will miss.
Look at that. Vic Manuel bringing the ball down. Just couldn't finish on that fast break opportunity.
Quickly apologizes to Coach Topex. I felt it, Coach. I felt it.
He saw that rim. He went straight to it, but turnover there for Phoenix.
Macaloni will check in. First time we're going to see Macaloni in action.
So with Chris Porter out, Macaloni getting an opportunity here for NLEX.
Nice stretch there by Alas.
And how many times have we seen that from Kevin Alas, just attacking the paint and finishing around the big man of the opponent. And using the ball screen here, just too fast is Kevin Alas, scooping it under the hands of Justin Chua.
Nice handoff. Melesio. Chua can't convert. Troliano will be fouled by the Muses.
But I think Phoenix is in penalty. I'm not sure if the Muses knew that.
Now he's realizing it. He was wondering why the coaches had their hands up.
We know that Nick the Muses is a rookie for Phoenix, and he will learn a lot for the rest of his PBA career.
The Muses is going to hit the bench now. 5-point lead put up here once again by NLEX. Troliano. 4 out of 5 from the line. 5 out of 6, and he's got 7 markers.
So the points in the paint category in this game, Phoenix only with 22, NLEX with 32. So you can see the difference of the points of attack. NLEX taking advantage of the inside.
Panyamogan, nice pass!
And another paint point there for Don Troliano. Two fast break points for NLEX.
Troliano just takes off. Always an easy target. Hazul for 3, overshoots. Alas. Legs getting entangled there with Melesio.
Alas just so fast, trying to get those easy points in transition, but it's another foul for Phoenix, so that means 2 free throws for NLEX. You can see Panyamogan forward pass to Don Troliano for the transition bucket.
NLEX really taking advantage of the penalty situation here.
There's no 1 star for NLEX now. They still have the lead. Kevin Alas only with 8 points, but a lot of contributors for this Road Warriors team.
Knocks down that second free throw.
Phoenix going for the last shot here. Melesio calling the play.
NLEX now with his biggest lead of the ball game at 10. And they have 1 foul to give. Hazul. That might be 3 free throws.
And Ighalo fouling Justin Chua because he couldn't close out on RJ Hazul.
3.3 seconds remain here. No more fouls to give here, supposedly. The board says NLEX has one more. Right for 3. That was close. 3 quarters are in the books here. It has been close all throughout, but now suddenly NLEX with a big surge here in the third. They're up by 10. Gusto mo ba ng kakaibang viewing experience sa PBA? Register to join the PBA Virtual Fan Experience and become a Bida fan. Dahil dito sa PBA, tayo ang Bida. Registration link will be posted a day before each PBA game day on the PBA, PBA Rush, TV5, and One Sports Facebook page. 3 games coming your way tomorrow. Well, at least that's the plan here in your PBA. Today we were supposed to have a twin bill, but unfortunately the game between Alaska and San Miguel Beer has been postponed because of safety protocols. So we've got a good one on our hands.
Quarter scoring there. Third quarter went to NLEX. They have that 10-point advantage.
A little bit too strong that time from Miranda. The offense of Phoenix has been silenced. Melesio for 3.
That's going to be a loose ball foul there for Miranda, and he was signing to the referees. That's a flop. But the refs call otherwise.
Well, he's saying also he had the inside track. But nonetheless, the foul was called on him. We're going to stay on this end of the floor, and NLEX picking up their first team foul. 3-guard rotation here. Melesio, Wright, and Banquero. Wright has struggled here after that tremendous first quarter.
If the defense has adjusted to him, no open looks for him in the second half.
Cruz, no look. Finds Miranda. Gotta attack now. Shot clock's down to 3.
That's going to be a turnover for NLEX, but they still have this 10-point lead and a lot of heroes for NLEX so far. Ighalo only with 2 points, the former hero in that last game, but Don Troliano with 9 points now for NLEX. Jericho Cruz with 11 and Alas with 9.
Wright almost lost it. Couldn't find his teammate Perkins. Still a 10-point lead, a minute and a half gone. Nobody has scored yet here. Macaloni coming out. Macaloni to Cruz. Cruz asking for isolation, puts up that long 3 and hits.
That's way beyond the 3-point line. he saw the shot clock was winding down and he shot that three-pointer from way out. 3 points for Jericho Cruz. That's his 14th in the game.
Already a 13-point lead. Chua, will that count? Well, he's gesturing like it does.
Jericho Cruz debating with the referees on that call.
They've not put up the score on the board yet. But Chua saying it counts. Well, it did go through, but obviously the referees will have to say if it counts or not. It'll be nice to see that again if we can.
Usually if it's an off-ball foul and Chua was in the action of shooting, that should count.
Here it is.
So was it on Don Trolliano?
It had to be on Trolliano. That's for sure. He was the only one in action because Jericho Cruz was on the baseline.
Yep. But I think Jericho Cruz saw the action there. He was just 1 feet away from the action. That's why he's talking to the referees.
They're trying to sort it out. Let's listen to the announcement. Just so we can get clarification as well.
And you saw Aljun Malesio try to extend his hip there on the off-ball screen. That's why Trolliano tried to counter back with that physical play.
And so Trolliano is going to hit the bench for a flagrant one.
I think he tried to hit Aljun Malesio on that play after being hit with that screen. So flagrant foul, he has to sit for 3 minutes in that NLEX bench.
And I think that's why it took them quite a while, because they were looking if it came simultaneous to the shot of Chua. Because if it did come simultaneous, then Chua's shot should have counted. But it happened a little bit earlier than that, fraction of a second. So Malesio will head to the line though.
Good call there by the referees. The action was before the shot, so that Chua three-pointer won't count.
Malesio makes both free throws and then is promptly replaced by Calisan. Final 10 minutes of our lone game here this Saturday. Right, inside to Chua. Miranda stood tall there and strong. Calisan with a jumper, no. Bounce pass not gonna work.
And that's gonna be a kickball violation every time that ball hits the foot. The refs will have to call that.
Cruz calling out the play. Macaloni seeing extended minutes here. Miranda kicks it out. Cruz with a long two. Nice rebound there by Perkins. So the offense from both these squads now have gone sour to start out the fourth period.
Most of the points coming from the free throw line, but as we were talking about it, Banquero with that three-pointer, cutting the lead down to 8.
Final 9 minutes. Macaloni asking for the pass, doesn't get it.
Cruz with the switch here against the bigger Chua.
Steps back, will miss. Miranda with the offensive rebound. See what Oftana opts to do. Macaloni was looking to post up.
And Macaloni's realized that he has the size advantage against Matthew Wright, but Oftana just a little bit off timing on the pass there.
Oftana saw one thing, Macaloni wanted to do another. Nice pick there by Perkins. Ighalo was checked back in. Banquero, the pass was behind Chua. They're lucky to have possession. I was wondering when Jared Kenyan was going to check back in.
And there he is. Already with 10 points in this game.
Shot clock violation here. It's going to set up an exciting end game here for this Saturday evening.
So an 8-point lead with 8 minutes left in the ball game. NLEX will try to extend their lead and execute on this play.
Kinyahan fresh off the bench.
And he really loves that in-between game, catch and shoot. Didn't even wait for the defender. JR Kenyahan swishes it.
An offensive foul is going to be called here on Chua, knocking down Ighalo. So Ighalo has not had a very good offensive game, but defensively he's really helped out.
Yup, he's been working hard on that side of the basketball court. And you see here, passing it to JR Kenyahan for that mid-range bucket.
That's going to bring us here to our timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to our coverage of the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021 as we take a look at some highlights. And Jericho Cruz getting away.
And Jericho Cruz doing everything for NLEX, stepping up big time. 14 big points for Jericho Cruz and 5 assists as well. So he's been the primary playmaker in this game, not just scoring for himself, but also dishing out assists for his teammates.
And a while ago you saw a hit that big three here in the fourth period.
Of course, a very aggressive player, Jericho Cruz.
He has been the primary scorer here today. But here's Alas trying to take control. A little bit short there. Right, calling for the pick, doesn't get it.
And he likes this matchup. He believes he has an advantage here against Oftana.
Gonna come up short though. Oftana on the other side. Now they're gonna settle down. They've got the lead. They're up by 10. 7 minutes to be played. Kinyahan, long two, short. And that's going to be a foul.
An off-ball foul.
Definitely on Ighalo. He was holding on clearly there.
So 4 fouls on Kenneth Ighalo, only 2 points for him compared to the 15 he had on their previous game.
And here they're going to attack his defense. Shot clock's down to 6. Perkins, quick move to the basket. Kenneth looking over his captain saying, he's much, much bigger than me. What could I do?
So it's going to be on Kenneth Ighalo. That's going to be his 5th foul of the game. Of course, he has the size disadvantage against Jason Perkins.
First free throw is good for Perkins.
And a lot of the ways that PBA teams are attacking now are, they're finding the advantages on offense, especially on the matchup. So right there, they saw Kenneth Ighalo, a much smaller Kenneth Ighalo on Jason Perkins, and PBA players are smart enough to notice that.
Cruz. Bukinyahan. Now Alas. Ighalo looking for some space. He was out of control there. He got bailed out though by that foul from Azul.
Right here, the drive. RJ Azul a little bit late to the position to take a charge. So good call there by the referees.
Shot clock. Back up to 14 here. Alas. Swings a pass, gets it back. He'll have to put this one up. And there's Soyud. Right back in action. Cruz. Helter Skelter basketball.
Yep. He got that 50-50 ball and just attacked R.R. Garcia straight to his chest.
Wasn't thinking of anything else but going straight. He head to the line for 2 shots. That's going to be his 2nd miss from the free throw line today.
Still a ball game here for Phoenix. Under 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Down 8, probably 9 if Cruz makes this. But they have to make a run here, get some stops, and get buckets on the other side.
Good substitution, bringing back in Vic Manuel, so they've got another solid option offensively. Got a post threat, and they've got Matthew Wright, of course, on the outside together with Chris Banquero. Well, Matthew Wright is not on the floor right now. Banquero from the outside.
3-pointer for Banquero there, cutting the lead down to 6.
Expect Matthew to come back, maybe the 4.5-minute mark. Alas. Bit of good fortune there for NLEX. Look at Jared Kinyan getting to that ball first. Under 5 minutes to play here. A lone PBA matchup. Alas, long 3. A little bit too strong. Once again, Raul Soyud tapping it himself. Oftana asking for it. He feels he's got the mismatch, but they're going to go up high. Shot clock is down to 5. Scoop shot works for Kevin Alas.
What a move there by Kevin Alas.
Perkins, sidestep, short.
Timely bucket there for Kevin Alas. We thought Phoenix was going on a run, but he used that skip step for that layup.
Bounce pass, Soyud inside! And the lead is back up to 10.
And great 2-man game there for NLEX. Right here, Kevin Alas fakes the other way. He was going to the left side though, and right here, 2-man game, Jericho Cruz, pick and roll to Raul Soyud.
back to our coverage of the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. As you can see here, the winning streaks.
And Phoenix just by that 8th spot, still where they want to be if they want to make it to the playoffs, but they still have to rack up some wins.
And you want to have a winning streak as much as possible, obviously. As both these teams in the middle of the pack looking to be able to pick up a victory here, just to make sure that they're at least in the top 8 and they don't get sent home early. Manuel, long 2 from the side, not going to drop. Azul is there. Quick thinking to just put it up.
It's going to be 2 free throws for RJ Azul. He doesn't miss a lot from that area.
10-point lead, staring Phoenix in the face. All important free throws here.
I'm not on Phoenix's side on this one. Just under 4 minutes left.
And here comes their main man, Matthew Wright.
But in the past games, we've seen a lot of comebacks, comeback wins, come from behind wins from the teams. And no lead is safe here in the PBA.
It has been a crazy restart. Nice tip, and here I think, no. Shot clock still at 11, more than enough time. Nawalas making his move. Kicks it out, Kinyahan for 3. Short.
And great stop there by Phoenix. They did a great job of putting pressure on the NLEX guards, almost forcing a turnover. But they got the stop right there, and they have the opportunity to cut the lead.
Are we gonna see another uprising here? Phoenix down by 8. What do they look for here in this offensive thrust? 2-man game. Manuel. Perkins. Side jumper, in and out. Well, they got the shot that they were looking for. It is an open shot.
It's a good look for Jason Perkins.
Almost a steal. It'll stay here with NLEX. Oftana with the inbound. Got a lot of time on their shot clock. They're going to use some. Now they got to make their move. They're way out with 5 seconds still. Perfect handoff.
And great recognition there by Calvin Oftana. He saw Kevin Alas drawing a lot of defense on him. He just went for that cut, that open area down low.
Matthew Wright for 3, short. After a brilliant first 12 minutes, he's really cooled off, talking about Wright.
Hasn't gotten a field goal here in the second half.
Timeout going to be called here by NLEX, wanting to make sure they don't lose this lead.
And right here, Kevin Alas making sure to get that ball in the paint, and Calvin Oftana just finding that open area down low, and Kevin Alas finding him.
The defense collapsed. Oftana all by his lonesome. We're going to hold on to there. Only a 30-second timeout. Oftana loves it. So does Coach Yang Giao. What are the options now here for Phoenix?
So Coach Topex drawing up a play, probably for Matthew Wright here, a 2-man game between Matthew Wright, Jason Perkins, or even Vic Manuel. But they need a quick bucket here if they want to make a run for this win.
At the last minute, he looked over to Vic Manuel. Let's see if he does try to go there.
And Calvin Oftana, the 3rd overall pick for NLEX, with that timely bucket just a few moments ago.
Quintana gets it in. Trying to use some clock. 6 seconds in the shot clock. Here's Alas once again. Finds Kinyahan from the free throw line, and he's fouled.
Not a good foul there. You never want to foul a jump shooter. Banchero late on the rotation there after the pick and pop play for NLEX.
He was trying to challenge, but Kinyahan just much taller than he is. No problem with the first free throw for JR. Easily makes both.
Steady is the veteran JR Kenyahan.
Lead is back up to 12. As we enter the twilight zone, the last 2 minutes here of this ball game. Banchero with some space. Gives it back to the muscle man. Manuel. Chua. A lot of faking. Manuel's gonna get them to drop.
Just using his right hand, that one hand short stab from Vic Manuel, cutting the lead down to 10. Phoenix putting up a full court press here.
Foul's gonna be called. Phoenix not yet in the penalty.
And you have the right idea if you're Phoenix. You want to make sure that you're rushing NLEX into a quick shot or even force a turnover there just to get easy baskets on the other side.
Five seconds is already being counted. I don't think the rest of his teammates knew. Jericho was getting a little bit worried. Cruz. Floater.
What a shot there by Jericho Cruz, attacking the closeout of Vic Manuel and finishing over Justin Chua with the floater. Right here, Vic Manuel closing out. Floater avoiding the block of Justin Chua.
It's the end game of this match between Phoenix and NLEX. You're watching the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Anthony Sutay together with Diego Dario. Our lone game here this Saturday. Unfortunately, the game between the Alaska Aces and the San Miguel Beermen had to be postponed because of COVID protocols. We've got a good one on our hands. NLEX now up by 12. A minute 23 remaining.
And NLEX changing up to a zone there just to disrupt the play call of Phoenix. That's what happened right there.
Banchero with a miss, and that just might be it.
Not enough time now for Phoenix to come back unless they pull off a miracle.
Knowing they don't really need to score. But nonetheless, Jericho Cruz hits another basket.
And Jericho Cruz, fadeaway jumper against Matthew right there. He's really feeling it in this game.
He's done it all, really. Rebounding, scoring, assisting. It has been his night. Jericho Cruz trying to lead NLEX to another victory here this Saturday. going to be another win here by NLEX as they're up by 14. Under a minute to be played, unless we see a flurry of three-pointers go down. Right, long three, no.
And it's just been off for Matthew Wright, especially here in the second half. No field goals for him. And that's probably one of the reasons why they're down 14.
They're just going to go four corners here.
To milk the clock.
Tana back to Alas. Salas will get denied.
So a lot of heroes here for NLEX. 4 players in double digits. Leading scorer Jericho Cruz with 19. 13 for Raul Soyud. 14 for JR Kenyahan. And 11 for this guy, Kevin Alas. So it's a total team effort for the NLEX Road Warriors this afternoon.
That's exactly what Coach Yang Giao has told his squad. We all need to be able to perform if we all want to be able to make it to the next phase of the competition. And so far, so good here for NLEX. At least here in the restart. Soyud gets away.
And again, a miscue on defense there by Phoenix, and that's the story of the game, just not making enough stops against NLEX, and this is going to be another fast break point here for NLEX.
2 points for Soyud, another assist here for Jericho Cruz.
And look at this, 25 points off turnovers for NLEX. For Phoenix, just 5.
That is where we're going to end scoring. That is where we're going to end this game. A tremendous performance, especially here in the last 2 quarters from the NLEX Road Warriors as they win this one 94-76. And no question about it, as we bring you our best player of the ball game in a couple of seconds. I mean, there were a lot of heroes, as Jego has said, but none shone brighter than definitely Jericho Cruz here today.
Of course, the leading scorer, Jericho Cruz, doing everything for his team. 19 points, 7 assists, and 50% from the field. So an efficient performance for Jericho Cruz without their star keeper, Ravenna, stepping it up for the NLEX Road Warriors.
He's our here's our next level player of the game. In this win here by NLEX, next level player of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Another victory here for Coach Yang Giao.
Stellar play by Jericho Cruz. Layups, 3-pointers, and assists. All-around performance for the former Adamson stalwart.
We're going to hear from Jericho Cruz and Coach Yang Giao. So take a look at the team standings. Slowly but surely, you can see NLEX moving up there. Now they're in 5th spot, Jego.
So NLEX slowly inching their way up the standings. They're now 5th currently in the standings, and Phoenix will stay down there in the standings.
They're in solo 5th, as you can see there.
Good evening and welcome
go
to
to
our
the press room.
post-game interview. Joining us are NLEX Road Warriors head coach Yang Giao and our best player of the game, Jericho Cruz. Congratulations on your victory po. Jericho, how did your team prepare for this particular opponent? What were there to watch out for?
Hello. Sa amin kasi, like what coach said, we always prepare like every game. It's our last game. So yun nga, we will take it one game at a time. And yun lang. Medyo stress ako sa.
What made you feel so confident sa game?
I've been playing under coaching. He just let us play. Tawag doon, parang yun lang, medyo
Mag-iisip pa raw siya sagot, sandali lang.
medyo pagod pa eh. Si coach mo na.
Okay, coach.
Ako muna.
Okay, coach. Okay. Coach, your thoughts on the game po?
Well, yung first half, Medyo nag-worry kami ng first half. Ang ganda ng execution nila nung set pattern nila nung first half. We couldn't find a solution to their setup for Matthew Wright. Actually, alam naman namin na set up siya, pero it's one thing preparing for it in practice. It's another thing seeing it in the game. So, it takes a bit of time for you to get used to the pace, to the physicality nung setup na yon. But nung medyo nagamayan na namin, nakaka-react na kami. No? So in second half, I think that's the reason we kind of put some distance between us. Is we played better defense in the second half. We knew Matthew was a key player. We knew that Vic Manuel was a key player. We had schemes for both of them. Pinagandaan namin pareho. Kahit alam namin medyo may sakit si Vic. But we knew that once he can play, he's going to be a problem. So, naging totoo nga. No? Pero, I think it's our defensive intensity. It's our desire to win. It's the challenge also being posed to us playing without Kiefer. We have to start defining ourselves without Kiefer from here on. So siguro ano rin yun, nakaka-motivate din sa amin yun.
Coach, under the difficult situation, how important is the steadiness of JR Kenyahan and the impact of Raul?
Laking bagay si Raul galing sa sprained ankle. May pain pa nga pero he played through the pain. Si JR is our steady influence sa team namin. Pagka nagkakagulo na kami, JR is there, no? Just stabilizing the team. Pagka kasi may bola si JR, kumpiyansa kami, no? He's going to make the right decisions with the ball. No? So that's how big he is, especially without Kiefer. No? So yung part na yon na decision making with the ball goes a lot with with more so now without Kiefer with JR.
Okay. Jericho, ready ka na ba daw to...
Ready na.
Pwede na yan.
Ready ka na ba daw to take on Kiefer's shoes?
Sa akin, medyo mahirap yung i-fill yung shoes ni Kiefer. Pero for my part, I'll just do my roles ko sa team. Kung anong papagawa ni Coach, yun lang yung gagawin ko. Yun lang, like I said kanina, medyo mahirap yung i-fill yung shoes ni Kiefer. Pero collectively, kaya namin siguro yun as a team.
Coach, we turn you over to our press friends. First up is Mr. Ruben Terrado.
Good evening po. Question ko kay Jericho. Jericho, very busy yung season mo, not only sa PBA but syempre yung sa Guam. Na malaking tulong din ba yun sa preparation mo for this season?
Sobra. Doon ko nakuha yung kumpiyansa ko eh. Para pagdating dito, yung experience ko sa international na dinadala ko lang dito under Coach Sheng Giao.
Well, I guess we can excuse Jericho Cruz as we take a look at the game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, because he did everything from the start to the finish. From the first quarter, he was just, here he is.
And he was doing it on both ends.
He was a spitfire.
Getting steals, getting easy layups on the other side. But in this first quarter, up until the second, it was a close matchup between these two teams. As we see the Muses with the athletic drive right there.
Well, he came in, he hit a quick three, and then that basket you just saw is a 3-point lead by Phoenix after the first quarter of play.
And right here, the pass by Matthew Wright to Chris Banquero and just driving it all the way to the rim.
Nice look inside there. Soyo, the welcome return. So they got the big man coming back from the injured list. And then, perfect assist a while ago there from Jericho Cruz. And here's Azul knocking down that three, and we were all knotted up at 45 after 2.
And here in this second half, we didn't see a lot of Matthew Wright, no field goals for him, and this is the story of the game. That middle of the paint has been open for NLEX. And right here, JR Kenyahan, as Coach Yang said, the steady presence for NLEX.
And I think he failed to mention the fact that, Soyud came in and gave them exceptional minutes here today.
Yep, that's for sure. Soyud also doing it on the other side, and Don Troliano also quality minutes for him, 9 points in this game, and NLEX didn't look away after a 10-point lead in this third quarter.
That's when they really poured it on, and they brought their lead back up to a high of 14 at one stage. Phoenix had their moments, but in the end, they just couldn't buy a basket, especially in the latter part of the fourth period.
Yep, they tried to make a run, but Kevin Alas with some clutch baskets, also finding Calvin Uftana and this guy, Jericho Cruz, doing everything in this game, and he was feeling it. 19 big points for Jericho Cruz.
And that's why he was huffing and puffing when he got to the press room. That is your final score here. A win by NLEX, 94-76. And they have won another ball game, and they've taken solo command of 5th spots. So they've moved up into the top 8. And these are the games tomorrow. At 2 o'clock, Terra Firma up against Blackwater. At 4:35, Meralco up against Barangay Ginebra. And at 7 in the evening, it's Magnolia up against TNT Tropang Giga. That's going to do it for our coverage here. Thanks for joining us. In behalf of my partner, Diego Dario, Anthony Stay saying thanks for joining us. Have a good afternoon ahead. Take care. God bless.